Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this morning's session. We're just going to have a look at the markets as usual, see what the markets have in store for us and what opportunities we have. And then afterwards, if you have any questions, comments, or issues trading, we'll address that once we've gone through the markets. And as usual, the main markets we'll be looking at are the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. So without much further ado, we'll kick off. As usual, we start off with the economic calendar. So looking at the economic calendar for today, today is Tuesday, the 28th of September. And as usual, my economic calendar is set to GMT +2. So you make sure you set your own economic calendar to your own time zone, wherever you are. So the times I'll be quoting will be GMT +2 times. So let's see what's coming out that could affect the markets we're looking at, which is the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. So we see shortly in about an hour's time at 8 o'clock, we have the Germany Consumer Confidence Report. Germany obviously being the powerhouse in Europe, that would have an effect on the Euro US dollar. So we want to avoid trading the Euro US dollar prior to that. So let's see what else is coming out. So we can see at 4 p.m. We have the CB Consumer Confidence Report due out of the United States. And again, as we know, reports out of the United States affects all financial markets. So reports out of the United States affects the commodities market, the bond market, the stock market, and all currency pairs are affected. So it's best to avoid trading both the Euro US dollar and the dollar Canadian dollar. Avoid trading them prior to this report at 4 p.m. And that report is the last report of high importance for today. So for today, I'm going to avoid trading both markets prior to 4 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., I will reassess the market just before the report at 4 and decide where to place my trades. But we'll also look at the rest of the week and see what's coming out for the rest of the week. So looking at the rest of the week, tomorrow is Wednesday, the 29th. Let's see if there's anything which you'll be concerned about. So there's nothing coming out tomorrow. And let's see, Thursday, the 30th of September. It's from China. So we have the UK GDP growth rate report. So that's a report of high importance on Thursday. And the German unemployment rate. So again, that's another big report for the Euro USD and German inflation rate. So and US GDP report. So there are quite a few reports of high importance coming out on the Thursday, but none particularly that would affect us trading today. And then on Friday, the 1st of October, last day of the trading week, we have the Euro area core inflation rate and the US core price index and some other minor reports of high importance. So it seems as if the bulk of the major reports this week are coming out on Thursday. But there are no interest rate decisions, which are the US unemployment. These are the big ones that we usually look out for. So back to today, usually nothing stopping us. We're just going to trade as normal today. That is, there are no public holidays, but we're going to wait till the last report of high importance at 4 p.m., the report from the US, before I start trading both the Euro USD and the dollar Canadian dollar. We also make sure we keep an eye on the financial news, make sure there's nothing causing uncertainty in the markets. At the moment, we have the usual, which happens regularly when the Republicans or even the US government, there's always a threatening to shut down. It's all political brinksmanship, but they never shut it down anyway because of the consequences of shutting the government down. But sometimes that could create uncertainty in the markets. But because it happens so often now, people have become wary about their political brinksmanship. But again, it's something to keep an eye on. So to go into the charts, we'll start with the EURUSD of the daily time frame, swing trading. We can see the market is still trending sideways, although it's beginning to look like it's forming lower lows and lower highs and trending down. I will still watch and observe for a while, but we might soon be able to start placing our pending buy order, swing trade buy order if it continues to trend down. But for now, I will just watch and wait. So we'll go to the 5-minute time frame. So looking at the 5-minute time frame, we can see the market is trending sideways. We can see the pivot point within the sideways trend. Of course, R1 and S1 are outside the sideways trend, so those are potential entry points. But again, in view of the reports coming out at 8, and most importantly, the US report at 4 p.m., I'm not going to place any pending orders now. I'm just going to leave it alone and reassess just before the last report at 4 and decide where to place my pending orders then. So let's go to the dollar, Canadian dollar. So again, we'll start with the daily time frame. So looking at the moving average 100 today, that's 1.2511. So 2 pips below that is 2509. So I'll just adjust my pending sell order to 2509. 2509 with 100 pips stop loss. So 100 pips will be 2609. So that's my USD CAD swing trade done. I'll just keep adjusting my pending sell order to the market breaks the moving average and takes my order. So that's it for the swing trade. Go to the 5-minute time frame for the day trade. So again, excuse me. So again, you can see the market trending sideways, but you can see it's beginning to trend down now, forming lower lows and lower highs. It's now hovering just above S1. But again, in view of the report coming out at 6 p.m., I am not going to place any pending orders now. I'm just going to leave the market alone, reassess just before the last report at 4 p.m. GMT plus 2, and then decide where to place my pending orders then. So that's my plan for today. So if you have any questions, you can either raise your hand or send your comments or questions through the chat box.